52-plus points after the All-Star break. And it was Marcin Gortat along with Michael Petras with 20 points each.
Yeah, I really love what Gortat has done from the defensive side of the basketball, but he's also grabbing rebounds and scoring. Brooks' offense has been tremendous. His penetration and his push has really opened some things up. Dudley's like a Swiss Army knife, does a little bit of everything. And MP3 talked about his ability to be able to play defense and shoot the ball from distance.
Petras to consecutive 20-point game. Well, Grant Hill, we've called him the fire extinguisher for his defense. Nobody played better defense than he did against Kevin Durant, holding the leading scorer in the NBA to 3 field goals.
Yeah, he just really hounds Durant every place he goes, not giving him any space to operate on that floor, using his chest, kept him off the foul line, only had 8 free throws. Of course, great defense on that last-second shot that sent the game into overtime.
Well, this Rockets team, as we mentioned, is hot. They've won 7 of the last 8, and Kevin Martin is leading the way. He comes in here with 43 20-point games.
He's just a tremendous scorer. Does a great job penetrating, getting to the free throw line, and also he's got an awkward-looking shot, but boy, does it find the bottom of the basket.
He had a high of 45 points this year. That is a record for a home game in Houston franchise history. Well, Aaron Brooks makes his debut in a Suns uniform, and Goran Dragic returns for the first time to Phoenix.
Yeah, I love Aaron Brooks. Guy's lightning fast. We miss Goran Dragic, and he's doing a nice job down in Texas. Want good things for him, but really happy with Aaron Brooks is leading the second group right now offensively.
Brooks and Dragic, the Suns and Rockets, coming up now. Arizona on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. By Schwartz Laser Eye Center, TeamEyeDoc.com. See the best you can see. Casino Arizona, feel the win. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at Southwest.com. Welcome to the Purple Palace for the start of a tough 3-game homestand for the Suns. Time for the accident and injury update, brought to you by the law offices of Alcock and Associates, dedicated to helping the seriously injured. Call 602-989-5000 for your free consultation. Well, tonight's game has been made tougher because Channing Frye will not play. He will be out for 2 to 3 weeks with a dislocated right shoulder. The Rockets are without 7'6" Yao Ming for the rest of the season with a stress fracture in his left ankle. And Luis Scola was hurt last night in the game against Sacramento. He injured his left knee. As an end result, his streak of 311 consecutive games comes to an end. The Suns go after their 7th straight win over the Rockets after winning the first meeting back on November 22nd. Back with the starting lineups after these messages. The Suns have won 4 of their last 6 games, and with a win tonight, would return to a season-tying 4 games above 500. Tonight's starting lineups are sponsored by MidFirst Bank. MidFirst Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Phoenix Suns. Stop by MidFirst Bank today to get your Phoenix Suns check card. Well, as we mentioned, Channing Frye is out, so Hakeem Warwick will start for the second time this season. Nash, his body not right. He's playing hurt, and he will go. He's having trouble pushing off. And Lopez will have his 47th start. Alvin Gentry, after the overtime loss to the Thunder, told me he never felt so good about a team in a loss. Feels the Suns will have to win at least 14 of the remaining 21 games to reach postseason play. The Rockets are coming off of a 22-point win in Sacramento last night. They will start Chase Budinger for a 7th straight time. He led them in scoring with 20 points last night. He replaces Shane Battier, dealt to Memphis. We mentioned Scola is out. His streak of 311 straight has ended. And we've been told at this moment that Jordan Hill, the former U of A standout, will start. And Kyle Lowry is one of the league's most improved players at point guard. Rick Adelman in his 4th season as Rockets coach. 20th season overall, 11th coach to notch 900 victories. One of the best kept secrets in the league. His Rockets now won 7 of their last 8 games. Time now for the Geico quote of the game, brought to you by Geico. Alvin Gentry on the shoulder injury to Channing Frye. He said he's the one guy that we really can't afford to lose. He's been great for us, and with spacing, hopefully it's going to be something that's short term. Scott, your thoughts about that?
Yeah, well, Channing Frye, he's been doing it all. You don't want this guy to be out for a long period of time. I've had some shoulder injuries. You got to make sure you strengthen that capsule before you come back and play, because you can re-injure it very easily if it's not strong.
All right, let's go to the keys to the game. And I'm always interested in your little titles that you have. I have to have you explain what you mean by all this.
They're very simple today. Delay the rocket launch. Adelman has this team play much faster. They had 17 fast break points, easy for me to say, last night in their ball game up in Sacramento, and 65 points in the first half. Can't let them get off to a fast start. And all for one for all. With the loss of the hottest player on the team in Channing Frye, you can't have one guy try to dominate the basketball and do it all. You got to share the basketball, play hard, play smart, but play together, make it a total team effort.
I tell you, the Rockets playing as well as anybody in the league. Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. The officials for tonight are Ken Maurer, Mark Ayotte, and Eli Rowe. The Suns won the game back on November 22nd, but you look back at that ball game, one of the guys that was so hot was Jason Richardson. I mean, he had a monster game, and of course he is not here. Scola had 30 points, however, in that last meeting, and he will not play. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds. I tell you, this Rockets team is above the 500 mark for the first time this season.
Yeah, playing some good basketball. The loss of Scola will hurt them. He's never missed a basketball game in his NBA career. Over 300 games played, never missed a game. So they're going to miss his leadership out the floor, also his intensity and his hustle.
Jordan Hill, they thought they were going to start maybe the rookie Patrick Patterson, but Hill gets the start and gets the tip. Out comes the Lowry. Lowry's the guy who's taken over at point guard now that Aaron Brooks is with the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Martin dumps it over now to the very difficult 6'6" center Chuck Hayes, who's having his best year. Jordan Hill looks at the cutter. Off to Budinger, who had 20 points last night. Jordan Hill goes up against Robin Lopez, and Lopez commits a foul.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there for Lopez. That screen was awfully low, about good 5 feet beneath with the free throw line extended towards the baseline. No time for Lopez to come over and get good defensive position.
Hill came into the league as a first-round pick of the Knicks, was traded over in a 3-team deal, and Alvin Gentry was telling me before the game he really likes this guy. He's a great citizen, wonderful attitude, and he's raw, but he has some skills.
He does indeed. I like his game. I think he plays hard.
Jordan Hill, 6'10", out of the U of A, misses both free throws. Coming into the game shooting 74%. This team is a very good free throw shooting team. They're 4th in the league at 79.
Well, you talk about free throws. The Thunder, who was #1 in the league, they shoot over 80% a game, and they had 47 free throws in that game on Sunday night.
And the Suns were a -33 at the free throw line. Imagine, you can't win very many games doing that. The turnover by the Suns. Here comes Lowry. He's like a bulldog. He's 6 foot, a 205-pounder, and is really one of the most improved players in the league. When you start talking about the most improved, he's among 5 or 6 guys being mentioned. Kevin Martin picked up by Grant Hill. Hill tries to stop him. Martin goes in, tries to follow tip, and Robin Lopez actually tipped that ball in.
He's trying to keep it alive. He couldn't get 2 hands on it, so he's trying to tip it someplace for himself or a teammate, and actually found the basket.
Then it comes to Vince Carter, and we're going to have a loose ball foul, a pushing foul inside against Kevin Martin. So that basket a moment ago. Let's go back and look at it again. As Lopez goes up, they're going to award the basket to Martin.
Yeah, they give it to the closest offensive player, but you can see the big mid of Lopez is the actual one that guided that ball into the basket.
Vince Carter coming off that 29-point game, 6 of 12 from three-point land. It's good to see him bounce back. He'd scored only 23 points in the previous 3 games as he brings it into Warwick. Warwick in only his 2nd start. Off it comes to Carter. Back to Warwick. That's just what he does best. He goes high, and Warwick now with 64 dunks.
The high wire. That was a great pass by Vince Carter. Put it on the floor. Only Warwick could catch it. And boy, what a superb finish.
And that's what he's going to have to provide now. The absence of Channing Frye. Grant Hill has picked up a foul on Kevin Martin. Grant Hill was just superb against Kevin Durant the other night, but watch this play here by Hakeem.
Yeah, from the dotted line area there, and got up and elevated before any of the Rocket players could get in defensive position to try to take a charge or even dare think about blocking his shot.
Kevin Martin at the line. Tonight's game is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Make sure you find out about our next big sale. Text your email address to 83793 and sign up for Click and Save emails from Southwest Airlines. Martin is 10th in the league in free throw shooting, shooting 89%. The Rockets now take a 4-2 lead.
Yeah, man, that's a dangerous thing. He's very accurate, but he gets to the line. He's made more free throws than anybody in the league. Almost set a record last year for the amount of free throws made.
After those two, he's made 470. That's going to be a jump ball. Robin Lopez went up, had it tied up for a while, came down. They're going to call the jump ball, as Lopez now will be challenged by Jordan Hill.
Well, I talked about guys wanting to play together. Look at Vince Carter once to Hakeem Court. Now he's spoon feeding the center, drops it down nicely for Lopez. Have an opportunity for a score.
Jordan Hill got the tip again. He started the game with the tip. Off it comes now to Lowry, I should say, who is out of Villanova. Came in his first-round pick for the Memphis Grizzlies. He is coming off a very good game last night. He had a career-high 36-point game earlier this year. Here comes Lowry behind a screen. I mean, he is playing remarkable basketball.
Well, Aaron Brooks last year won an award, and it was with the Rockets. And Lowry says, hey, if he can do it, why can't I? And he's really picked his game up this year. It's his confidence level to be able to come off of screens, catch and fire.
He had 19 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds last night. Did Kyle Lowry. Here's Robin Lopez. That shot, you could tell he didn't really feel comfortable taking it.
No, I probably should have passed on that one. This is where you got to watch out for Bud.
Man, he is playing well. He has 4 20-point games. 20-point game last night against the Kings. 9-2 the Rockets. So the Suns off to a very slow start here as it comes into Lopez against Chuck Hayes. To Warwick. Warwick has only 2 points. Out it comes now to Nash. 7-0 run now by the Rockets. Hakeem Warwick got it.
Another nice dish that time. Steve Nash comes off of that little high post area there. Just drags Warwick's defender enough. He has to worry about Nash driving. Warwick open to shoot the jump shot.
Kevin Martin has averaged over 20 points a game in the last 4 seasons. Gets it into Hill. Hill backs off. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound by Hayes. Hayes has 14 double-digit rebounding games this year, which is a career high.
Got to worry about the Chuck Wagon on the glass.
That's a good name, Chuck Wagon. I mean, he is just a block of granite inside. He is so tough. Only 6'6". Off it comes now to Warwick. Robin wasn't looking for it. He didn't see it coming. Robin off to a very shaky start here. Really not doing the kind of things that will give him a lot of confidence in this game. There's Lowry outside, brings it off now to Martin. Martin ducks inside and not able to finish. Warwick had it, broke it up. Off it comes to Nash. Nash playing hurt, gets it to Vince Carter. Beautiful finish by Vince.
Oh, nice job. They both actually got caught running the wing on the same side, but Hill was smart enough to keep running all the way through to the basket, and it left the open trailer, Carter, a lane to the basket after him. I'm
never surprised when I see Vince Carter make a play like that. Here is Lowry from outside, and they're going to have to get out on this guy. He's off to a great start in the ball game. 2 of 2 shooting, 12-6 Rockets. Suns have won 6 straight over Houston. And Warwick, he is the man right now.
Yeah, doing a nice job making himself available. You can tell the Rockets are trying to take away Nash and Carter and Hill. They're leaving Warwick open to try to beat them, and he's making them pay.
You see the Suns 4 of 5. Hayes can't finish, gets the rebound somehow, goes up and he's fouled. That'll be the second on Lopez. So Robin picks up the foul. Just a lunch pail effort inside by Chuck Hayes, and that's what he's known for.
Yeah, and that's his second foul. And Alvin Gentry, he's quick to get Marcin Gortat, who's been hot as fish grease, off of that bench and into this game. Lopez has only played 10 games on Sunday night. Gortat was going so well, so we're not afraid to go to that bench to Gortat early and keep Lopez out of foul trouble.
He's as hot as what?
Fish grease. Oh, you ever had a fish fry and a little grease pops out of the pan, hits you on the wrist, hurts like you know what.
Lopez comes out now. Gortat, who's coming off that 20-point game, 10 double-doubles, who leads all reserves in the NBA. And Hayes has improved his free throw shooting. He was a terrible free throw shooter last year, 55%. He gets both of those. This year he's up to 66%. Here's Grant Hill, and Hill face-up jumper doesn't go. The Suns now 4 of 6, 4 of 10. The Houston Rockets in the early going. Rockets team in the last 2 games have scored 65 points in the first half. They have been on fire. Heidinger goes inside, leaves it short. Gortat with the rebound.
You know, you mentioned that fast start. They've scored 65 points 25 times this year. They only did that 12 times all of last season. So much faster tempo and rhythm in which they want to play.
Here's Grant Hill going inside and drawing the foul. Hill, who's banged up both elbows. One of them was stitches, a guy who did not score in the game Sunday, but still impacted it with his brilliant defensive effort against Kevin Durant. Tonight's Phoenix Suns basketball game is presented to you by Casino Arizona. Feel the win.
You mentioned Grant Hill, how his offense took a hit. And that happens a lot of times when you're so locked in and trying to stop a score, especially the leading scorer in the NBA. You sacrifice a little bit of your own offensive game. He's going to have to try to balance that tonight by trying to stop Kevin Martin tonight, the 10th leading scorer in the NBA, and still try to get some offense for the loss of Channing Frye. So
Durant had 11 free throws, and 11 of those 18 points come to the free throw line. Here's a steal by Vince Carter. Houston gets back, tried to feed it to Warwick. Not a very well-advised pass. There just wasn't any chance for Warwick to be able to come up with that, but the Suns will get it back with 20 to shoot.
Well, you know, it's kind of lack of practice time. We've seen a little bit of sloppy play in the execution of their break. They haven't had time to practice. They got on the floor yesterday, but most of that was just the young guys.
Here's Gortat against Hayes. Brings it out to Grant Hill. Hill back to Gortat with that left hand. He's been very effective with it, but didn't get that. Alvin Gentry thought there should have been a foul. Heidinger comes back the other way. The Arizona Wildcat can't finish. Rebound by Carter, out to Nash. Nash still hasn't taken a shot in this game. He has 3 assists off the bar. He goes baseline, almost lost it. Somehow got it to Gortat. He missed it and fouled tip somehow.
Well, he stayed with it this time. He was so shocked, I think he missed the trip before. He kind of hung his head. This time he missed it. He stayed with it, was able to get the follow tip.
Gortat averaging almost 12 points a game since joining the Suns, using the left hand effectively. 14-12 Rockets. Lowry again. I tell you, the guy's on fire. They got to get out on him.
Oh, he really shot that one from deep, too. That was an Old Town style three-point shot there from distance. Steve Nash didn't think he was going to fire from that far out.
Sorry, Scotty. The Rockets now are 3 of 3 behind the line. Here is Carter, spin move. Beautifully done, just won't go. Hayes lost the handle, and it's going to be off of the Rockets. Hakeem Warwick, the guy early for the Suns, getting some offense.
Yeah, well, you need him for the loss of Channing Frye, stepping in seamlessly. They're going to leave him open. He's going to make him pay.
12 Houston. The Kia card is brought to you by Kia Motors, proud partner of the Phoenix Suns. Chase Budinger, who was born in San Diego, California, named the 2006 National High School Volleyball Player of the Year. 2006 McDonald's All-Star, co-MVP in basketball. His brother Duncan and his sister Brittany both played college basketball. His favorite movie is Gladiator, and his favorite TV show is Entourage. And I'll tell you one thing about Chase. He was drafted in the 2nd round, and a lot of people thought he would go in the 1st round. And I think he's kind of played with a chip on his shoulder to tell people they made a mistake.
No, they definitely made a mistake on this young man. As a starter, he's been absolutely lights out. And you see some of his numbers. Vince Carter tries to put the lights out with that power dunk.
We understand that his sister Brittany played volleyball, not basketball, so we correct that. 17-14, the Rockets in the lead after that impressive move by Carter. Carter with 4 points in the game. Heidinger going inside, brings it out to Lowry. Lowry has 8 points in the early going. Gortat jumps out on him. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Budinger from outside. Rebound by Warwick.
Yeah, their first three-point miss. Finally got out and challenged an outside shot. Resulted in a missed basket.
Here's Grant Hill. Ducks his shoulder, goes in. Rebound is cleared by Budinger. Off it comes now to Lowry.
Big G. Hill was playing for the foul that time.
Yes, he was. And I tell you something, Lowry's headed for a monster game. He has 11 points in 7 minutes.
Yeah, 3 three-point shots.
Here's Carter going in, feeds to Warwick. Nice catch, goes up, got it. You know, people don't realize what great hands Hakeem Warwick has.
Yeah, that was a tough catch in traffic with a guy draped all over him. 4-4 from the field is Warwick.
Rockets up by 4. Let's go over to Mark McClung. Mark?
Yeah, Hakeem Warwick, the last guy off the floor during the morning shoot-around, said he's really trying to focus on being the spacing guy that they're losing. with Channing Frye out, not being quite the roller that he usually is. He says you won't see him step out and shoot the threes like Channing Frye, but he's kind of an old-fashioned three-point play type of guy.
Well, and he's got that ability to dive inside, take it to the holes. The Suns lose the possession there. That's their fourth turnover there as Channing. And after practice, went in and talked to him for a little bit. His right shoulder all iced up. And I think he was surprised when they told him it'd be 2 to 3 weeks. He says he doesn't have that much pain, and hopefully he'll come back before then. Out it comes now to Martin. Martin missing a shot just a moment ago. 0 for 4 in the ball game. Here's Hayes backing in on Warrick. And that was a good defensive effort by Hakeem.
It really was. It's a big body he's trying to bang into. You got to play that muscle, but not foul.
They double team Vince. He ran into the double team. Now it comes to Grant Hill, and Hill not able to get it. Gortat tries to follow. So the Suns having some problems shooting the ball from time to time. Hill is 0 for 3 in this ball game as Michael Petrus, who's coming off a 20-point game, will come into the game at the next break.
You know, and Gortat's lost a couple basketballs now that he generally is such a sure-handed center. It's odd to see him lose rebounds and passes.
Hayes feeds inside to Lowry, and Lowry continues to wear the Suns out. 13 points now for Lowry.
This is that fast start that Alvin Gentry did not want to see these Rockets get off to. They got a good, strong bench. When the starters get going like this, opens up the basket for the bench.
Oh, and Warrick with his second stuff of the game.
Well, I'll tell you, one person that's passing the basketball out here tonight is Steve Nash. 4 assists, and that was a beautiful dish right there. Hakeem Warrick is attacking that bucket.
When Warrick plays 22+ minutes, he averages 16.5 points, and Hayes dives inside. Hayes has become more of an offensive threat. He used to be just a rebounder defender. 24-18 Houston. Nash goes baseline. Gortat foul away. A little short, and that again would indicate what you were talking about earlier. Gortat 1 of 4. Some of the fatigue may be setting in. Here is Jordan Hill going in. Can't finish. Back it comes to Nash.
Oh, no. Warrick's grabbing his right ankle.
Yes, he is. Warrick is down. Grant Hill is able to finish. Warrick in a little bit of trouble. I think he's going to be all right. He's shaking it off.
Yeah, he never got past the free throw line on the other side. I think the Rockets will call timeout as the Suns cut into that deficit a little bit. But nice job on the glass for Warrick, and a nice job attacking the rim by Hakeem Warrick. 14 points already in the paint for the Phoenix Suns.
And so Nash setting up Hakeem. 10 points in 10 minutes. Behind the line, the Suns have not taken a three-point shot. This flashback is brought to you by Farmers Insurance. We are insurance, we are farmers. In the second round of the 94 playoffs against the Rockets, Phoenix trailed game 2 by 20 points in the fourth quarter. In Houston, the Suns stage a furious rally, outscoring the Rockets 24-4 in the final 10 minutes to force overtime. Phoenix will go on to win the game in overtime, 124-117, giving the Suns a 2-0 series lead. Barkley had 34 points, 15 rebounds, and 6 assists. KJ with 27 points. And Thunder Dan Marley had 22 points in that game, but Olajuwon had 31 points and 17 rebounds.
Oh, the dream used to give me nightmares.
Here's Budinger going into the left hand, draws the foul. Budinger very active here in the early going of the ball game. You look at this game thus far, the Suns are shooting 52.9%, but the Rockets are shooting almost 67%. They are 8 of 20, and they are 4 of 6 behind the line.
Yeah, 4 of 6 behind the line. That 8 of 20 is field goal shooting has allowed them to stay in the game because of the offensive rebounds, getting those extra possession. 4 offensive rebounds already early on for the Houston Rockets, just 1 for the Phoenix Suns.
Budinger, an 83% free throw shooter, gives the Rockets a 6-point lead. Their biggest has been 7. Nash has not taken a shot yet. He goes in, has 5 assists to Warrick. Warrick double team, gets it to Nash. Back to Warrick. Warrick can't quite get it to go. Fights inside, has it stripped. Lowry back the other way. Great effort by Hakeem, just couldn't get the ball down. Here's Courtney Lee, who's checked into the ball game. A guy they acquired from the New Jersey Nets. Trevor Ariza eventually being shipped over in a 4-team trade. Here's Lowry from outside. He's finally missed a shot. Lowry had been on target before that, 5 of 5.
Yeah, I'm waiting for, he's finally missed. I'm waiting for Steve Nash to get himself going offensively.
There's Warrick, and he's fouled. Coming out was Hayes. Chuck Hayes, who played at Kentucky. He was an all-state football player, and I can believe it. Lowry early in the ball game of 13 points.
A seasoning salt, I suppose, Lowry's. And he's been fantastic, really getting himself squared to the basket. And, you know, every good shooter will tell you balance and follow through, but you get a good square position to that basket. It's like shooting a free throw when you have time and space to fire. And he's had some time and space. His teammates are getting him off.
You can see Aaron Brooks is coming to the ball game, so he makes his home debut in a Suns uniform. Brooks coming over in that trade for Goran Dragic, who we will see later in this ball game. I'm really excited about Brooks. You know, they list him as 6 foot. He's probably more like 5'10", but you talk about guy with quickness, lightning speed, and that's Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, and a good handle with the basketball. And of course, you talk about his small size. He gets down so low, so many to the floor, and then he just burst out. And all of a sudden, he's by a guy. A change of speed. Now, just be quick, but you got to be able to change your speeds when you're out there on the floor.
Brad Miller, the veteran, in his 12th year in the league, gets it to Budinger. Budinger with the shot. Rebound, Warwick. Warwick has really been active. I mean, very active. 6 rebounds in this ball game.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. That's exactly what you need, because you're backing up a guy like Fry, who was the Suns' hottest player. And you got to have some activity.
Warwick reloads. He lost it, got it back, and he has been the man. 14 points.
Well, I guess sometimes you don't have to be good. You just have to be lucky, because he almost lost that basketball. But you're right. He's got it all going for him right now. I think he stuck a rabbit's foot in his sock before this ball game.
He's hit 6 of 7 shots. And I tell you, guys that play hard, good things happen. And that's what Warwick is doing. There's Lowry missing his 2nd shot. Gortat with a rebound. 22 seconds left. They'll back it out, about 2 seconds difference between the game and the shot clock.
Well, what I really worried about was the Suns on the glass, and between Warwick's 6 boards, Gortat off the bench for Lopez with his 5 boards. Nice job holding it down, big guys.
Here is Brooks going to make his move against Brad Miller. Miller rejected it. Brad Miller, who played for Rick Adelman in Sacramento, one of Rick's favorite players, as the Kings went to 8 straight playoff appearances under Rick Adelman.
Yeah, Brad Miller gets a kick out of this one. Doesn't block many shots, but he says he can get the 5 of 10 Aaron Brooks shot as he tries to drive it right at him.
Brad Miller, a 2-time All-Star. As Brooks will inbound, 5.5 seconds left in the quarter. Warwick from outside, a 3-ball. Not there. Brooks with a rebound, goes up. Tipped up by Carter. They couldn't get it to go. Good effort at the end of that first quarter as the Suns find themselves down by 2.
Yeah, it could have been worse. These Rockets were off to a hot start. Suns kind of regathered their momentum and ran them down. So they'll take a 2-point differential. This pitch has been extremely hot.
Phoenix Suns basketball, presented by Casino Arizona, is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Well, the first quarter is not over. They ruled basket interference, offensive interference by Vince Carter. So let's look at it. There's 4/10 now left, so come back and play the remaining 4/10 of a second.
Yeah, he thinks this basketball is going to come off the front of the rim and tries to go up after, but you can see a large portion of that ball still in the center vertical. You draw a vertical line straight up from around that basket. His hands are in it, so we're going to put 4 seconds, or 0.4 seconds on the clock, play out that remainder, and then start the second quarter without a break.
Well, I tell you what, it seems a little silly, but who knows? Maybe you can get something out of this 4/10 of a second. Lute Olson, the former U of A coach, is here. And, of course, he's very familiar with Budinger and Jordan Hill. As always good to see Coach Olson in the house.
Yeah, what a tremendous college coach he was.
The Pac-10 tournament gets underway tomorrow as we get ready for March Madness.
Hey, do you see my North Carolina Tar Heels take care of those Duke Blue Devils on Saturday night to win another Carolina championship? You know what ACC stands for? Another Carolina championship.
Oh, is that what that stands for?
Oh, they almost threw it to me.
And here on 4/10 of a second, the inbound did not even touch anybody, so the Suns will get the ball. Aaron Brooks threw it away, or check that. Lowry threw it away, and now the Suns will get their chance, and Goran Dragic now will come into the lineup.
Yeah, watch this. They had a lot of opportunities for quick fire shots, get a quick basket for Petrus popping back to a 3, or Key Warwick popping back for a 3, or a lob at the rim.
All right, Jared Dudley, see if he can do what Grant Hill's done many times. Peters, he got it off in time, and that was close. So now we have played 1 quarter.
Now we got the full quarter in. It'll probably be Suns basketball because the Houston Rockets had the ball to start the basketball game. So right back into it, Suns out of bounds underneath.
They're not going to take another break. They're going to start the 2nd quarter. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
First time in my 20 years.
Anyway, it's still a 2-point lead for the Houston Rockets after all of that activity. Both teams trying to make a play with 4/10 of a second. Here's Brooks, brings it in now to Gortat. Brad Miller on him. Brings it out to Brooks. Goran Dragic in the ball game. Got a nice round of applause when he checked in. Dudley ducks inside. Goes up against Patterson, the rookie from Kentucky. They get it back. Gortat with a rebound. Goes inside. Gets it out to Brooks. Pretty good defense that time by Brad Miller. He had to kick it back out. Brooks ducks in. Look how quick he is. Here's Dudley with a 3. He's been shooting so well from 3-point land. Did not get that one to go. Shooting 40% for the year, and Dragic is going to be fouled by Brooks. So the two guys who are traded for each other with a collision, and Brooks comes away with the foul.
Yeah, you know they both want to have nice games against their former teams, and seen that a lot from Goran Dragic. A scored first mentality out of the point guard position from Dragic. Takes that ball in transition against the smaller Brooks and tries to take it all the way to the hole. Unfortunately for Brooks, he tried to take that charge, but his heels were on that restricted area. That's why they did not give him the benefit of the call.
You know, it's interesting. Dragic now has hit 7 of 8 free throws since joining Houston. He struggled all year long shooting free throws for the Suns. Change of scenery can make a difference, I guess. He got both of them. 28-24 Houston. The Rockets have won 7 of their last 8. 2 in a row. Dragic going for the steal, got it for Brooks. Dragic goes in, and he's going to be fouled. And right now, Dragic is making Aaron Brooks pay for it.
You know, I was going to say I didn't like that first possession by this bench bunch, and before I could even get out of my mouth, right at half court, the 2 Phoenix Suns players get tangled up, and he bounced the basketball off Hakeem Ward's heel and lackadaisically went after it. Dragic, he just said, I'm going to try to steal this basketball, and got a foul as a result. Nice hustle play by the former Sun.
A Slovenian, 24 years old, now has hit 3 straight free throws for the game. 9 of 11 from the line. Houston, we mentioned they come in here as the 4th best free throw shooting team in the NBA. And Dragic pulls the string on this one. 29-24 Houston. Brooks outside, brings it to Warwick. Warwick has been the big story. 14 points in the early going. Petras with consecutive 20-point games. Shooting the ball so well. And he'll pop from outside. It's a 2. Brad Miller collects a rebound off to Dragic. The Rockets on the road this year are 16-19. Second game of a 2-game road trip. Winning big last night in Sacramento. And there is the rookie that they're excited about, Patrick Patterson out of Kentucky.
Yeah, big, strong guy. Played with Cousins up there. And John Wall, first-year player. He's probably doing a nice job.
And there's Warwick, and Warwick has been the main man. 16 points in 14 minutes.
Suns would be sunk right now without Hakeem Warwick. He's absolutely the most aggressive player on the floor in any color jersey.
He's taken 10 shots already in this ball game. You can see offensive rebounds. Suns hanging in there. Budinger shakes. Petras goes in and able to finish.
Nice aggressive move by Budinger that time. I thought he got away with a travel step, but apparently he used some long-legged moves to get on all the way to the front of the rim.
Brooks to Dudley. Dudley kicks it outside to Gortat. Gortat face-up jumper. Boy, he just looks a little out of sync tonight, doesn't he?
Yeah, he settled for that. That's the one the Rockets want him to shoot. The ones where he's rolling to the baskets where he's most effective.
Gortat's 1 of 5 shooting. Out it comes to Patterson. Patterson, 1 of 5 Kentucky Wildcats to be drafted in the first round. He played 3 years for John Calipari at Kentucky. Here is Brooks inside to Gortat. Kickball, and they'll have 16 seconds. Here comes Josh Childers now. He'll come in for Warwick, and Warwick, a job well done. 16 points and 7 rebounds in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and the most important thing, stayed out of foul trouble. I mean, Lopez went in there, got some early fouls. He recognized that. He stayed out of foul trouble. Now the big guys are in a better position.
Brooks will set it up outside. Picked up by Courtney Lee, and that was a beautiful move. It just couldn't get the ball to go. Back it comes now to Lee. Lee, who played, of course, with Orlando, then the Nets. They've been trying to get him for a couple of years and finally made the trade. He's been playing very well last 5 games, averaging 13 points. Dragic, that'll be an offensive foul. Wait a minute. What? You're going to call that on Petrus? Who's the foul on? Now we have a big debate going on. They're going to call it on Petrus.
Yeah, I think what they're calling is Gortat is in position to take the charge with a body that Dragic runs into him, but it's because Petrus pushes him from behind. That's where they're going to get the whistle. And oh my goodness, I think they just
tossed him. I think Petrus has been thrown out of the game. He got a tee on the push. He argued and got his second technical. He's gone, and the Suns, short-handed, can ill afford this.
No, this guy had been really red hot to back-to-back 20-point games, playing so well off of that bench. That's a big blow. Now you got to get Grant Hill back in this basketball game to replace him, and he can really use the rest.
Alvin Gentry,
silly move by Petrus. I'm sorry.
I know it, and Gentry is just furious that he did that. As Miller got both free throws now on the technicals. Let's watch it again.
See, here's the push from behind. Just goes after him, pushes him into the back, and that's what causes Dragic to go in to Gortat. So he gets whistled for that foul, doesn't like it, got the tee for arguing the call, saying, hey, I didn't push him. His own momentum carried him, and then a quick tee, a second tee, gets him tossed out of the basketball game. Mikel's got to understand he needs that score, and the Suns need his scoring, and he can't afford to get tossed out of a game like this when you lost your hottest player on the floor.
Fry, of course, out with a dislocated right shoulder. Now Petrus is gone. Dragic, who's been at the free throw line seemingly for the entire second quarter, as he is now 4 of 6 from the free throw line. In this quarter, the Suns have been outscored 10-2.
Man, power outage, and that was close to another turnover there, but you can get a foul here on Dragic reaching in from behind on Aaron Brooks. So Aaron Brooks normally does a good job running this offense. Hasn't got him started yet.
Suns right now are kind of stuck in the mud. They need to get something going. Down by 10.
In downtown Phoenix, it's the Rockets up 10 on the Phoenix Suns. Thursday on Fox Sports Arizona Plus, catch the critical game between the Suns and the Nuggets. They battle for NBA playoff positions. Coverage begins at 8 with the pregame show. Tip-off follows at 8:30. Then stay tuned for the postgame show, Quest Suns Live after the game. Check out foxsportsarizona.com for complete channel listings for Fox Sports Arizona Plus. Mark McClune back with you courtside, and take a look at the tickets tonight. They were printed up for the game, obviously, before Goran Dragic got traded to the Rockets. There's young Wyatt and Jared helping us out with their tickets, and Goran Dragic saying it was a little weird to walk into the visiting locker room tonight as he came off the floor before shooting before the game. Dragic says he's doing okay. Rick Adelman saying Dragic really hasn't had a whole lot of practice time with the team, so it's been tough for him to pick up the offense. The one thing Dragic is happy about is that he was going out on an 11-day road trip, so he brought a big bag, a chance to come back here and pack up.
All right, thank you, Mark. Good to have you with us. Brooks outside now. 6 seconds on the shot clock to Dudley. This Houston team is in the rearview mirror of the Suns. I mean, they're surging. The start of the night, they're 1 game back of the Suns.
Yeah, another poor performance offensively on that possession. Their Suns normally so good out of timeouts, really look disjointed offensively.
Look at Dragic. You know he'd love to have a big game. Josh Childers going to get a lot of playing time now with Petrus out, 2 technicals, Fry out, so Childers will see a lot of minutes before this game is over. Here's Brooks ducking inside, blocked by Dragic. Miller saves it. Back to Goran. 8:10 to go here in the first half, and that's a block by Gortat. You know, the Suns have had such remarkable production from the bench, averaging 52 points since the All-Star game. They have only 2 points from the bench thus far.
Yeah, and just really because the offense hasn't gotten into anything. They run a little pick and rolls and some passings around the outside, but nobody's really penetrating deep into the basket, open up anything for someone else.
1 of 9 shooting. You just saw that as that shot not finding the mark by Courtney Lee. Grant Hill sandwiched and fouled. Grant Hill down on the deck again. Hill 1 of 4 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. That foul will go inside against Patterson. His first. Coach Alvin Gentry looking sharp tonight in his clothes from the Clothery at Biltmore Fashion Park, 24th Street and Camelback. I imagine that he back came out of those clothes when Petrus got tossed from the ball game.
Yeah, I'm surprised his tie's still on. That's one of those ones where the coach rips his jacket off and is really upset. Not so much with the officials, but for the player not controlling his emotions. And look at the disparity once again tonight in free throw shooting. Suns been able to make all 5 of theirs, but you're giving up 16, 17 attempts to the Rockets already here in the first half. That's too many.
It really is. And, of course, we mentioned earlier against Oklahoma City the other night, they were minus 33 in the free throw department. Off it comes now to Patterson. Brings it out to Brad Miller. He can hit that shot. Doesn't this time. Rebound by Dudley. Brad Miller in those years in Sacramento, he'd go out there and hit that mid-range jumper. Brooks out to Dudley. Dudley brings it out to Aaron Brooks. Brooks in his home debut in a Suns uniform. Dragic, who was traded for him, trying to track him. 8 seconds on the shot clock. To Gortat. And what do we have now?
It looked like a kick.
Yeah, that's what they're going to call it. I couldn't see it from here, but it is a kick. He'll put 14 seconds on the shot clock.
Sorry, Gary. It wasn't a traditional kick. It was almost like he hip-checked it. He got his thigh up on the basketball and blocked it with his thigh. Brad Miller, that savvy vet, using anything to try to stop these Suns defensively.
Rockets come in here 7-11 record-wise in the second game of a back-to-back. They have swept 3 sets of back-to-backs. And, of course, winning last night in Sacramento. Gortat, he's the only guy on the bench to score thus far. He has 4 points.
Yeah, and he hasn't been doing a great job of it either. He's lost some basketballs and had some wild shots up there, but nice job that time, post up.
Boy, a nice move inside, but not able to finish his lead. It'll be off the Suns. And so the fresh 24, Houston will reload.
I hate to knock a guy who's got 8 boards in the first half, but a couple times now with Gortat, we're just so used to him always going up for a rebound, always coming down with the ball in his airspace, and he's lost several balls tonight that we don't normally see him lose.
Brad Miller thought about it, goes inside, brings it out to Dragic. Here's Courtney Lee again. What an athlete this guy is out of Western Kentucky.
I love Courtney Lee when he was with Orlando. I couldn't believe they gave up on him. And I think the Houston Rockets are got a real fine young player in Lee.
The NBA Finals, remember that layup he missed?
Yes, I do.
That was huge. He'll always be remembered for that in the finals. Here comes Budinger back the other way. That is now 8 turnovers against the Suns. And Budinger with an impressive finish, and it's a 10-point lead.
Yeah, he had a nice slam last night in Sacramento, getting out in the wing. He's an athletic player. You don't stop him. He takes the ball all the way to the basket. Look at Hill back inside twice now. Grant Hill realizes his shot's not there. Once to the free throw line and then once now for a layup.
Budinger back the other way, tries to follow Chip. That basket by Hill broke up the biggest lead of the game, and now they get back to a 10-point lead with a Patterson stuff.
Man, take care of the basketball. Phoenix Suns with some just kind of unforced errors.
There's what Childress does well. Moving off the ball very effectively from the wing area, and Childress with his first basket of the night.
Remember he had that bad right index finger to start the season? Well, he gets so comfortable finishing with his left hand. Now he's finally able to start getting back to finishing with his right hand, getting better at doing that once again.
Lost in the shuffle as far as the rotation is concerned, but now getting a chance. Brad Miller stays with it, and Gortat got him. So Gortat with the foul. Let's go back to Budinger, the second-year man out of the U of A. It looks like Gortat shaking up a little bit.
Yeah, this is where you don't want to let him get out free.
Find out what's on tap for the Suns, presented by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Get to the game when your Phoenix Suns host the new look Denver Nuggets this Thursday, March 10th at 8:30 p.m. And don't miss the Suns versus the Magic this Sunday, March 13th. Great seats and great prices are still available. Get your tickets now at suns.com/TV tickets. We were trying to reconstruct what happened to Marcin Gortat. He got hit in the mouth by Brad Miller. And let's see if we can see exactly what happened after that.
Yeah, it's not the first one. Look at the putback. Brad Miller's head goes back into Gortat's mouth here. Boom, with that headbutt right there to the back of his mouth. And he immediately goes to his mouth. You see he's got a cut lip there. He spit something out of his mouth at one piece. I don't know if that was some chewing gum or something, but he's a warrior. I think he's back out there on the floor, ready to go.
So Brad Miller, the veteran, who's been around seemingly forever, at 34 years old, goes to the free throw line. This guy has been a solid player wherever he's been. He came over as a free agent from the Bulls. He has started 5 games this year for Houston and misses a free throw.
Yeah, he's a really good free throw shooter. Surprised he missed that one, too. And I'm surprised Gortat got out on him so close. Brad Miller's not a fast guy. He can shoot the outside shot, but you don't have to get out to put your chest on him, just an arm's length away where you can challenge his shot. Take him about 3 seconds to drive to the basket anyway.
Miller got the second of the bounce. Chuck Hayes is going to come back in now for Houston, as Miller is going to go to the locker room. So the Suns with Nash now in the lineup, with Gortat, Hakeem Warrick's come back in, Vince Carter and Grant Hill.
Yeah, and Miller's put a towel to the back of his head. I think he's got a cut, and you're going to have to go either go see if he needs to be stitched up, or if they're going to put a bandage on it.
From Gortat. I mean, when he got hit in the mouth, evidently a tooth or something caught him in the back.
I call Gortat the Count. You know, he's got those razor-like teeth.
Off it comes to Dragic. He's in a hurry. Beautiful feed to Patterson.
You think he learned that one from Steve Nash all that time? Put the pressure on the D with the dribble, and then lay the ball off to your wing runner.
Largest lead of the game now, 11. You can see 11 points off of turnovers, and here's another one. Off it comes to Courtney Lee. He lost the handle. Nash dives for it and gets up. Boy, I tell you, hate to see Nash going on the floor like that.
My heart was in my throat. 37 years old. You don't want to see him taking those kind of dives in a game.
He's playing hurt as it is.
Exactly, and with a hurt player, these are all the points to get some offense out here.
That was a terrible-looking job by Chuck Hayes.
Yeah, Aaron Brooks in his debut was not able to get it done. His first rotation here at U.S. Airways Center. He needs to just calm down.
Here's Warrick. He's getting it done. I mean, that's 18 points.
They give Nash a hockey assist on that one. Good ball movement. Gortat finds the weak side there to Hakeem Warrick flying on the right behind the defense.
Approaching 4 minutes to go in the first half. Off it comes to Patterson. This Patterson's going to be a good player. He has got some length. He's 6'9", 235. Off it comes to Dragic. Dragic from outside, left short. And he's going to foul Steve Nash.
Oh, yeah, and it's going to be side out of bounds. That'll be the Rockets' third team foul, but
second foul on Dragic is coming into the game will be Lowry.
Dragic did a good job as he goes back to the bench, but look at that nice pass that time. Bring the defense to you. Patterson gets drawn to Gortat to help out. Warrick, he's been attacking that basket.
4 points for Dragic, 3 assists as he checks out. Warrick going for 20, got it.
Wow, I remember a game back in December where Channing Frye went for 20 points in the first half. I can't remember when a bench player has stepped in off that bench into a starting role and gone for 20 in the first half of the Suns uniform.
Hakeem's high this year is 26. He has 20, and we're still in the first half. Kevin Martin thus far hasn't gotten it going, 0 for 4, and now 0 for 5 as Patterson kept it alive, but it'll be off of the Rockets.
Yeah, Courtney Lee flying there trying to get the basketball, and Warrick did a good job trying to shield off his guy, not allowing Lee to get back to the basketball. And this is where the Suns got to try to get a little momentum going into that locker room.
You're wondering about Warrick. His career high is 31. Nash almost tipped on that one. That would have been an amazing follow. Instead, Patterson cleans up at the other end.
Yeah, so your point guard is generally supposed to be back, and when Nash goes after that offensive rebound, either the 2 or the 3, Carter or Hill has to get back in defensive balance.
First shot of the night by Nash misses. 14 fast break points now for the Houston Rockets.
I mentioned that they had 17 last night in the first half.
Alvin Gentry's not happy. The Rockets with the lead, 47-38. 2%, the Rockets 37%. It's time for tonight's flyby, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book a business select fare at southwest.com and fly through airport lines with flyby priority lane access. A flyby by Hakeem Warrick.
Clear the headband. Hakeem Warrick has been attacking that rim all night long, and arm, sleeve, everything else flying to the hole.
So without Channing Frye, Warrick got the start, and he has stepped up big time. His career high is 31. His high this season is 26. And when he plays 22-plus minutes, averages 16.5. And he's going to get that many minutes and then some. Portland continues to roll. They won their 4th in a row. They defeat the Heat. The Heat are really struggling right now.
I love it. I'm a Heat hater. I like the fact that they're struggling. These guys are crying in the locker room and searching for all sorts of answers. They partied in the preseason like they had already won the championship. I like them to have to go through some trial.
How about Portland? They have really been remarkable this year with all those injuries. Here's Carter going up, double bumping, stayed with it, got it to go.
They needed a bucket right there. Now look, they got to get back in transition. Rockets really pushing this basketball. Hey, the thing I like about Warwick the most, 9 to 13 field goal shooting, getting it done by being very efficient.
And those flybys close to the basket. Hayes tried to feed inside. Broken up by Vince Carter. Grant Hill the other way. Has to pull it up to the trailing Gortat. Warwick brings it out to Carter. Carter, nice ball fake, goes inside. Into the corner, Grant Hill, 3-ball, yes! And the Suns with their first 3 of the night.
And that was some good basketball right there. 4 Suns that time touched the basketball in a span of about 8 seconds.
Look at Lowry. He's the guy who started this game well for Houston. Lee misses outside. Rebound by Gortat. Gortat now in double figures with 11 rebounds. Out it comes to Grant Hill. Into Warwick. Somehow digs it out of there. Into the corner to Vince Carter. Carter 3. Same spot, same result.
Another great
now, Carter.
Another great passing right there. Inside pass, the bounce pass. Gortat to Warwick, suck the defense out of the corner. Leave Carter wide open for a money shot.
8-0 run for the Suns. They've cut it to 1. They trailed by as many as 11 in this game. Martin brings it off to Chuck Hayes. Hayes brings it out now to Patterson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass it for Martin. Right now, the Rockets are kind of coming apart at the seams.
Yeah, Suns are trying to push the tempo and take advantage of it. Maybe they're getting a little tired, you know. Got in here late last night on that flight down from Sacramento. Suns trying to make a pay before they can catch their wind at the break.
22-point win in Sacramento last night as Gortat picked up by Hayes. 8 on the shot clock. Nice pirouette move. Rebound is going to be cleared by Lee. I tell you, Courtney Lee's got some hops. 1-point lead as we go to the last 40 seconds of the first half. Lee brings it out now to Lowry. Lowry's been the main man for them. 13-point long 3. I mean, from way out there.
Yeah, Old Town. He shot that one from the center of Old Town on Main Street. Wow. Steve Nash twice now has been caught off guard, not thinking he's going to fire from such long distance.
Rockets 5 of 9 behind the line, and there is Nash's first basket of the night, only his second shot.
Yeah, welcome to the party, pal. You need your offense out there, Stevie. He knows it. Tries to get himself going right before the break so he can come out of that locker room with a new attitude.
So Lowry now will take the last shot, or the Rockets will, as we go down to the last 6 seconds of this half. They double team him. 2 seconds. Lowry's going to have to launch it. Another long 3. And that gone. I think the Suns would start to think they got a triple team Lowry.
Yeah, Steve knew he had to get out and close out on that time. Suns regained their balance. Got a nice little momentum, little swag going into the locker room.
And so it's a 2-point game at halftime as they are dead even in that quarter. 24 points each. Coming up at the Toyota halftime report with Tom Leander, Tom Chambers out of the Bud Light Paseo. They'll have highlights, their analysis, so stay tuned right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Phoenix Suns basketball is presented by Casino Arizona. The break, 50-48, a big, big game for the Suns. They need to find a way to win it. Along with Scott Williams, I'm Gary Bender. Scott, the Suns didn't have Channing Frye. Michael Petrus is tossed after 5 minutes with 2 technicals, but thank heavens for Hakeem Warwick.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. Obviously, we talked about the 20 points that he had along with the 7 rebounds. But he leaving that bench now, going to that starting lineup. You lose Petrus and Gortat so much struggling offensively tonight. Only 6 points off that bench, getting outscored by 17 for the Houston Rockets. Not getting the job done there offensively, but they got to do a better job of picking it up defensively. I thought they did somewhat better job in that second quarter, but you play them even 24-24. Good thing is, Suns got a little momentum now to start this second half.
All right, let's check the Jack in the Box inside the box store. Jack in the Box, where you can get anything on the menu any time of day. You shooting-wise, Suns got the better of that. Surprisingly, they're only 2 threes in the first half.
Yeah, the big thing here is the free throw differential. We saw it on Sunday night. We're after that same sort of theme once again. They've shot 12 more free throws than the Phoenix Suns have. And that's not to say that Suns haven't been taking the ball to the basket, just not with the same intensity, the same aggression in which the Rockets are taking the ball to the basket. They have 32 points in the paint, so they've been doing a nice job, most of those on dunks by Warwick.
By the way, to remind you, the Suns-Nuggets game scheduled for Thursday is no longer on TNT. This critical game between the Suns and the Nuggets will be available on Fox Sports Arizona Plus. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. with the Suns live pregame show and tip-off following at 8:30. Fans can check FoxSportsArizona.com or Suns.com for updated channel listings. Nash in that first half only took 2 shots. He hit 1. Grant Hill had 11 points.
I'm sorry, Gary. Lopez and Nash have to get it going. Lopez was an absolute non-factor. Look what they do. They go right to the big man, try to get him engaged in his game, act like he's interested in playing some basketball tonight, gets his first 2 points.
That's good because that is what he needs to be jump-started. He played 5 minutes in the first half, picked up a couple of fouls, had not scored a point.
Yeah.
And it comes down to Martin.
Only 5 points, 5 minutes, because he didn't really get himself going in the game. And then once again, inside basket for the Rockets. The Chuck Wagon, Chuck Hayes, right in front of the basket. A little disappointed in Lopez right now. He's got to want to be demand the basketball. He's seen his minutes getting taken up by Gortat, who played nearly 20 minutes in that first half.
He misses the jump hook. Suns had never led in this game. Let's go now to Mark McClure. Mark?
Yeah, Gortat had an ice bag coming out of the locker room. Brad Miller has 4 fresh stitches in his head. I also talked to Noel Gillespie coming out of the locker room. He says, we're shorthanded. Guys are going to have to step up. Turnovers are killing us.
No question. And Warwick just picked up the foul. Warwick, who had 20 points and 9 of 13 shooting, has picked up his second foul of the game.
Yeah, this is another one of those penetrations where the bigs got to come over and help out. You see Warwick trying to slide down from that free throw line area out of position, and even if you get the ball cleanly, it looks like a foul.
Suns broadcasts are made available in high definition by Verizon. Call your cable or satellite provider for HD information. Hayes, a very average free throw shooter, misses there. For the game now from the free throw line, 13 of 19 is Houston. He got the second one. So as I just mentioned a moment ago, the Suns have never had the lead in this game. Gortat, who had that collision with Brad Miller, got smacked in the face, and you mentioned the stitches in the back of the head of Brad Miller. And it comes to Grant Hill. He'll play 20 minutes in that first half, goes in, and he now has 13 points in the ball game and will go to the line.
You know, Hill's been struggling with his outside shot. Couldn't get a basket the other night, and then comes out here. His first rotation was struggling. Now he realized, okay, get himself to the free throw line and get some things going. Then he knocked down a couple of jump shots, knocked down a 3. Goes back to that same theme once again here for the bucket and 1.
Well, and I think in all fairness to Grant, he had to play such good defense on Kevin Durant that it doesn't surprise me that he could have an 0 for 6 shooting night. But tonight, it's a different story. 4 of 7, 14 points. And, you know, Kevin Martin tonight is 0 for 5, and give credit to Grant Hill. He's come out and has shut down the number 11 scorer in the NBA. And that's going to be backcourt.
Another poor offense there by Martin. You're right. That battle matchup has been won by Hill. He's in double figures in scoring, and Martin, with another turnover, can't find the range, can't get himself a field goal.
Alvin Gentry talking about that Grant Hill should be on the all-defensive team. As Warwick didn't have a shot, gets it to Grant Hill. He does, and that's his second 3 of the night. 2 of 2, 30 for the year for Grant Hill.
First lead of the basketball game comes on a 3-point shot when they only had 2 in the first half.
There's Buttinger, comes up with it, gets it inside to Jordan Hill. Hill finishes. And so the Suns had their first lead of the ball game, and now have a cut to 1. 56-55. Warwick dumps it into Robin Lopez as it's stripped. Hayes back the other way to the trailing Jordan Hill. He couldn't finish. Hill was kind of in between on that play. Back it comes now to Hill. Warwick with 20 points in the first half. Out to Robin Lopez. Got it. Robin trying to rehabilitate himself, if you will, in this ballgame. Now 2 of 4 for 4 points.
He was slow to roll that last time. This time he does a better job making himself available for that pass. And he got his feet set, and he was able to knock the ball and shot down.
Look at Grant Hill on Kevin Martin. I mean, Martin had to pick it up. He could not shoot it, but inside Hayes does.
See the big wide shoulders of the Chuck Wagon, Chuck Hayes that time. Undersized, but still able to finish amongst the trees.
Having his best year. Lopez again. So Robin really coming out now in the second half. He scored 6 points, and he has all of a sudden looked like the Robin Lopez you want to have.
Yeah, he got a tongue lashing, or maybe he picked up something in that locker room that gave him some new energy to come out here and start this second half.
Whoa, that's the way Lowry started the ball game, shooting like that. He is 7 of 10 tonight, 5 of 6 behind the line, 19 points. We're tied at
water on him.
Yes, sir. He has been solid. We're tied at 60. Fourth time to be tied tonight. Nash brings it out to Carter. Long three by Vince. A little too strong. Rebound by Lowry. Kyle Lowry, who played at Villanova, was a 2-time All-Big East selection. Jordan Hill against Akeem Warwick. Has to kick it back out. Lowry, don't let him shoot from there. He doesn't get this one, though. Carter comes down with it. Steve Nash is still only taking 2 shots in the ball game. Dumps it into Grant Hill. Double team coming. Warwick to the hole. And we've got an offensive foul.
Well, Warwick doesn't like it. He thinks he got to the side of the defender's body, but they're going to whistle him from charging in there, and that's his 3rd personal foul.
That is his 3rd, so he's the first guy in this game to get into foul difficulty. Can ill afford to lose him. Already Petrus is out. 2 technical. Fry is out. Now Warwick has been the main man with 3 fouls on him. Jordan Hill brings it off now to Martin. Martin in this game has 2 points. Takes Grant Hill inside and got it. But I tell you, Grant Hill has made him work, hasn't he?
He certainly has. That time he got him to bite on the pump fake. He was able to get this little 1-dribble rhythm pull-up. Don't want him to get started because he can finish quickly.
And Nash ties it up. Nash with his 2nd field goal of the night, 7 points and 7 assists. Inside goes Lowry. Nash going to be called for the foul. He's upset. He thought he did a good job defensively.
I thought he fouled him, but it was a late whistle, which really got Nash to react the way he did. Kenny Maurer, it's nothing more than what Nash gets most times when he gets to the hole, but you can see just gets him on the backside of the hand, not quite getting enough of the ball in hand. He gets more hand than ball, and it gets called for the whistle.
You know, I talked to Steve about the foul the other night. Remember the Oklahoma City game where they didn't call it?
Sure.
He said one thing that he has is he has such great balance that sometimes officials do not see the contact. They don't understand the blow that he takes. He says maybe I ought to start flopping a little more and maybe fall backwards and start to get some of those calls.
The flop game. I hate it in basketball, but unfortunately, for the last 10 years, it's been the game inside the game. A lot of guys do it successfully. I respect Nash's old school approach and not flopping, but boy, if he would have fallen to the ground that last play, I think he'd have got a whistle.
You see that rebound by Nash? I mean, he went up for that. He's upset. And we're going to have a foul as Nash was upset about the call. And after that missed free throw, I mean, he went up for that rebound. Has 2 tonight to go with his 7 assists.
That's good to see. Maybe that pelvic issue's not bothering him as much as it was earlier on that road trip, and he can come back here for these next 2 or 3 home games and be fresh.
Well, Nash said he still can't push off the way he'd like to. Carter, and Carter connects. And Carter's in double figures now with 12 points. He is 2 of 3 behind the line.
I like that. I watched him working on some long-distance 3-point shooting before the game, and really shooting it with a nice arc. He really lifted that basketball up and was falling through the net nicely. Hit 6 or 7 in a row right from that very spot. I think it gives him some confidence when it's game time.
6 of 12 threes against Oklahoma City, and tonight 2 of 3. Lowry outside, double team coming from Lopez. 7 minutes to go in the 3rd. Martin against Hill. Martin now starting to maybe zero in. You hope he doesn't get going because he's been the one guy, the sons of Kevin Check. 6 points for Kevin Martin. Tied at 65. Suns have hit 7 of 9 shots in this quarter. Now goes 7 of 10 as that goes over the back. This Houston team is the team who started the season 0-5. They play 2 of their next 3 games against the Suns. They'll meet Phoenix in Houston on Monday. A team that's wrapping up a 2-game road swing and playing maybe as well as anybody in the NBA right now. Won 7 of their last 8. Jordan Hill travels.
Not only travel, he did a hop. I think he went to the water cooler, got a sip of water. He got all discombobulated. I think he was flashing the lane, didn't expect anybody to actually pass him the ball. He's not used to being that starting role, getting the basketball.
Nice outside. Yeah, they started Jordan Hill because Luis Scola missed the game tonight, first after 311 consecutive games, and Warwick is fouled as he takes it inside. You can see now they are really making it tough for Warwick to dive inside.
No, Adelman's no dummy. He's a smart coach. He realized that when Warwick hurt him in that first half, they're going to make him try to find some points from somewhere else on the floor.
The bigger the gift, the bigger the thank you. The Southwest gift card available at southwest.com. Warwick from the line tonight is 2 of 2. So Hakeem now with 21 points. Again, his high is 26 as a Phoenix Sun. His career high is 31. And tonight, 9 of 13 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He's missed 1 3-point shot, which obviously is not his cup of tea. He hasn't hit one all year as Warwick gets the free throw.
That's great. This is the way the Suns wanted to start their second half. Put the pressure on the Rockets to have to keep pace with them. 19 points in the quarter. Going to be tough for the Rockets after playing last night and trying to keep up with that same sort of scoring pace.
Lowry backs it out. Lowry had a big game last night. Goes in against Nash. Fall away. Boy, this guy's tough, isn't he? He is really tough. Lowry now with 22 points. He's had some big games. We mentioned that 36-point game earlier. That's his 10th 20-point game of the season tonight. Inside, and we're going to have the foul as the Suns attacking inside with Warwick. And we have a timeout. Tied at 67. The Suns need this one. We'll be back.
Score between the Suns and the Rockets. Let the madness begin live from Los Angeles. It's a Pac-10 tournament right here on Fox Sports Arizona. Don't miss the drama, the upsets, the excitement. The Pac-10 tournament tips off at 7 p.m. tomorrow with Stanford and Oregon State, followed by ASU and Oregon. For complete listings, visit foxsportsarizona.com. Mark McClune back with you courtside, and we found a couple people that are going to be watching the Arizona Wildcats this week. Lute Olson, Wife Kelly, you know, Coach, as you look out at a couple of your former players here on the floor, what do you think?
Well, I think Chase has played pretty well. He's capable of hitting some of the shots he's missed, but Jordan Hill, you know, can be a real big factor. I think sometimes he doesn't play as hard as he needs to, but he's heard that from me before.
Spoken like a true coach, and I know you'd like to see Channing Frye out there. Of course, he's hurt. Is he a fast healer?
Well, you know, they're saying 2 to 3 weeks. And the Suns really miss him because he stretches the defense out with his threes, and you know, Warwick is playing great tonight. So if Channing were there, I think it'd make a big difference.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Well, it's good to see you. Thanks for spending some time with us here. Gary, Scott, back to you.
All right, Mark, thank you again. Glad to see Coach Olson in the crowd here tonight.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
You know, it gets me fired up for March Madness. You know, like, we always say March Madness kicks off with that Carolina-Duke game, and that was fantastic. The ACC tournament starts this weekend. But, hey, did you know the Final Four is going to be in Houston this year?
That's right.
Yeah.
Reliant Stadium.
Yeah, March 31st to the February, so April.
I'm sure you think
right?
the Tar Heels going to win it all.
Why not?
68-67. Suns by 1. Floating the hole is Martin. Grant Hill did a nice job defensively, but Martin got it back. 5:17 to go here in the third. Martin again, and that's going to be a foul on Grant Hill. That'll be his second. You look at this game, Hill and Warwick and Carter have done most of the scoring in this ball game, 52 of the points. The bench, as we mentioned, not producing that much, 6 up to this time. The text opinion poll powered by Verizon is, which team will win the Pac-10 tournament, which begins tomorrow here on Fox Sports Arizona? Arizona, UCLA, Washington, the rest. Text your choice to 88222 and stay tuned for the results throughout the game. Normal messaging rates apply.
So you can take either the 1, 2, or 3 seed or everybody else? Wow.
Well, the way the Pac-10's going, I don't think the rest have much of a chance, right?
Okay, so you're influencing the poll already,
I'm sorry. That's the first time I've done that. I've tried not to do that, Scott. Here now is Warwick, and he's got 24.
Well, what did I say? Fish grease? He hot as fish grease. And he's keeping it going here in the second half. Oh, Grant Hill just got smothered by a big screen by Brad Miller.
Kevin Martin ran him off of it, and then Brad Miller connects. And the Rockets have a 1-point lead, 71-70. The This Rocket team coming in here above 500 for the first time this season after starting the season so slowly. Warwick and Tennever Nash broken up. Suns ball. Gortat will come back into the ballgame for Robin Lopez. Lopez acquitted himself much better in the second half.
Yeah, got more minutes as a result of it. Good to see the Pez dispenser pick it up out there. Hopefully Gortat now, as good as a job as he did with those 11 rebounds, he's got to pick it up offensively as well.
Carter Followay and Vince Carter with 14 points. Carter really looks solid.
That is back. You know, I think something in that road trip, he had him all off kilter those middle stretch of games, but last couple basketball games offensively, his body language has been much stronger on the court.
Up it comes now to Jordan Hill, little jump hook, and I thought it was interesting. Lute Olson said sometimes Jordan Hill doesn't play as hard as he thinks he should. That basket counts, and we've got a foul inside.
Oh my goodness, this is the, for lack of a better phrase, wussification of the NBA that I just don't like. I mean, there's a made basket, and there's a scrum underneath the basket. Carter's going up against big 7-foot Brad Miller, and you know, does that really result in any reflection on that play there by Jordan Hill? I just don't think it does, and they're going to reward Brad Miller on the road and go to the line and let him shoot one free throw.
Missed it, though, but Lowry got the rebound. Can you believe that? They called the foul on Warwick, by the way. It's 4th of the game. Kevin Martin, so it pays off for the Rockets, and they have a 3-point lead.
That's twice now. 2 of the last 3 trips down the floor. Offensive rebounds have resulted in 4 points for the Rockets.
Suns are shooting okay, but look at the Rockets, 10 of 13 here in this third quarter. Out it comes now to Nash. Nash may try to take over some offensively. Hakeem Ward goes to the hole, couldn't finish, but what an exciting play that was.
Tell me why that's not a foul. A guy goes to the hole with that kind of aggression. He doesn't miss a wide open dunk.
From outside, Buttinger not able to get a Gortat with his 12th rebound, and now we got a technical on Alvin Gentry. He thought the Gortat was fouled, and Alvin jumped all over Kenny Maurer, and he got teed up.
I think it's a combination of Gortat getting pushed in the back here, but more combination of the way Hakeem Warwick went to the hole on the offensive possession and got fouled. He didn't like, okay, now wait a second. We're at home. We're getting shot from the free throw line, trying to even up these calls. He's going to take a technical foul, see if he can start to work the referees a bit.
Third technical against the Suns, 2 earlier on Petrus. Here is what upset Alvin.
Gortat gets good inside position, and you can see right there, just seems to think that elbow or maybe a bit of a wrist push in the back there by Jordan Hill on Gortat. He's still able to get that rebound, but why isn't that one a foul?
It's not a rhetorical question, I know. Brad Miller comes up with a steal. Off it comes to Lowry. Backs it out now to Martin. Patterson getting ready to check in for the Rockets. Nash out on Martin. Martin trying to get his offense going. And Nash with some good defense there. Grant Hill comes down to the rebound. Nash back the other way. He's 2 of 3 shooting in this ball game. Has 7 assists. Wheels inside to Gortat. Beautiful effort by Steve Nash.
Yeah, that really was all Nash right there. He was just working the defense, putting a lot of pressure on him, and lays it off to his big.
That cuts the Rockets lead to 2. Nash with his 8th assist as he just stayed after it and got Gortat the ball inside. We're speculating right now if the Suns owner Robert Sarver got ejected. We'll find out more. There's a lot going on here tonight, Scotty. Let's take a look at tonight's Suns.com promo calendar. Score 2 free tickets to the Suns Fiesta night versus the Hornets on Friday, March 25th when you purchase 2 $10 cash spectacular scratchers tickets at 3 Fry's special events. Head to Fry's on 43rd Avenue and McDowell Road on Thursday, March 17th from 4 to 6 p.m. and also be entered to win a Los Suns autographed jersey. Meet Jared Dudley tomorrow at Santee Brothers Pizzeria and Sports Grill, located at the northwest corner of Bell Road on the I-17 freeway. And if you have what it takes to outlast the competition, register now on Suns.com to participate in the 3rd annual Bounce with the Suns dribbling contest. You can win a road trip with the team. For more Suns event and promo information, log on to Suns.com/promotion. Our text opinion poll is in. And to no surprise, which team will win the Pac-10 tournament? It's the Pac-10 champions, the Arizona Wildcats.
Wow, overwhelmingly favorites there. You think that being here in Arizona is a little bit skewed that poll?
Might have, and Lute Olson being in the house. Here's Buttinger running one-hander, not there. Gortat comes down to the rebound. So Gortat now with 13 rebounds. His high has been 17 this season. Nash uses the Gortat screen. Grant Hill hung up, gets it out to Nash. 8 on the shot clock. 2:22 to go here in the third. Lowry face-to-face with Nash. To Hill. I don't know how he got that ball to Grant Hill.
Hey, his son's got a foul. They went inside, and they got a call. Maybe that technical and by Alvin Gentry and some of that jarring by the owner helped pay off for the Suns inside, working hard. And Steve Nash, once again, spoon-feeding somebody down along that baseline.
Well, going to the line will be Grant Hill. He's had a solid game tonight. Just missed the free throw. He is missed now is second of the night. Make that the first of the night, 6 of 7. Well, we were talking about Robert Sarver, and he and Kenny Maurer had a real one-on-one talk as he left, and we're assuming that that was when Sarver was kicked out. We're trying to get it confirmed. We hate to speculate, but that's what we believe happened here. And it comes down to Brad Miller. It's been one of those games, a big game. Patterson from outside. Patterson the face-up jumper, and the Rockets have a 3-point lead.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he would have a touch from the outside, you know, strong as he is, but he does have a nice little touch from about 14, 16 feet in front of the hoop.
Two-time All-SEC pick of Kentucky. Nash running one-hander. Rebound Patterson. Out it comes now to Lowry. 1:44 to go in the third. The Suns are fighting desperately to pick up a win here without Channing Frye and Michael Petrus, who was tossed short-handed, trying to find a way. Hardinger, nice feed from Brad Miller. 5-point lead. The biggest lead has been 11 for the Rockets. The Suns have led by 3. 80-75. Nash will back it out. Trying to shake Lowry, long 3. And there's where I think he doesn't push off well. He just didn't have a lot on that shot, did he?
No, he didn't. But there's been times, too, where it looks like he's not ready to shoot the basketball.
Here's Gortat, and the late call. Brad Miller got a piece of it. Gortat going to the left hand again. Gortat has scored only 6 points, but he's got 13 rebounds in this game. And you mentioned you thought there was a fatigue factor for him early in this ball game.
Well, I thought there could be because he logged so many minutes, I think, in that first half. Sometimes when a guy is not used to playing close to 20 minutes and a half, his offense will struggle just a little bit, but he's doing the job on the glass.
Yes, he is. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. The Suns are now 12 of 14 from the line. Fans, Bacardi reminds you to celebrate tonight's game responsibly. If you choose to drink, please drink responsibly. Bacardi rum established 1862. There's Lowry outside. He's in the main man. 22 points for Houston. Nash tried to track him. And Lowry can't get it. Grant Hill comes down to the rebound. Suns with a chance to climb closer as we go to the last 40 seconds of the third. Nash brings it out to Dudley. Steve Nash has taken 5 shots. Dudley goes in, tried to reverse it in, could not. Dudley still looking for his first points of the night. 80-76.
That's not really Dudley's game. You know, on a normal night, I think he'd go in there, crash into the big, take that contact, and just take his opportunities at the foul line. Try to get a bit fancy on that play instead of just being the rugged Jared Dudley, the junkyard dog that we know and love.
Lowry to the baseline. Patterson, he's hit 2 face-up jumpers, and again, you don't figure a 6'9" guy would shoot like that.
Yeah, he's got a good stroke, good follow-through. His teammates give him the basketball, and he does a good job getting ready to shoot.
Carter, long 3, and that comes at a very opportune time. Carter, 3 of 5 behind the line, 17 points. From the other end, Lowry, and the Rockets outscore the Suns by 1 point in the quarter, 32-31, as we have 12 minutes to go. And the Suns trying to find a way to win. This Rockets team is 25-7 record-wise, and they lead after the third quarter. Arizona on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By Casino Arizona. Feel the win. Schwartz Laser Eye Center, teameyedoc.com. See the best that you can see. And by Budweiser, great times are waiting. Grab some buds. With Scott Williams, I'm Gary Bender. 82-79 in the third quarter. Here's a lifelock score by quarters. The Rockets won quarter number one, dead even in the second, and the Rockets lead by 1 in the third, and that brings us to the final 12 minutes of this one. Dragic comes in. Brad Miller, Courtney Lee is in the ball game along with Patterson. Suns somehow trying to find the win here tonight. Even up this record. And now as the shot misses, Aaron Brooks is in the game. Brooks, Carter, Warwick, Dudley, and Gortat start this fourth quarter.
Hopefully Brooks will settle down here. He is a little nervous in the first half of his home debut.
I agree with you. From outside, a long shot by Carter, and Carter, he is on fire. I mean, he has 20 points now.
Another three-point shot by Vince Carter. He's found the range from long distance. Now he gets some defensive stops.
4 of 6 behind the line, and a move inside Dragic makes, and picking up the foul will be Gortat. Let's go back to the last three by Vince Carter.
This is right. You see just a little foot fake, like he's going to go to the right, comes back, gets that big screen by Gortat, and as his man does not step out all day for Vince Carter to line up that shot.
How about Carter? 4 of 6 behind the line after going 6 of 12 against Oklahoma City. Sign up for My Sons Mobile, powered by Verizon, to receive special Sons offers and promotions. Visit Suns.com for more information. Standard message rates apply. Dragic now at the free throw line is 5 of 7. And as we mentioned, he's been shooting much better. He was 6 of 7 prior to the night, now 6 of 8. And look at this in the first quarter. The Rockets were 4 of 6 led by Lowry, and all of a sudden the Suns have come roaring back. 6 of 10 behind the line, led by Vince Carter. Brooks brings it outside now to Carter. They're extending the defense on Carter. Carter feeds Gortat.
Well, there's some points in the paint. Only 4 points in the paint in that third quarter because they were shooting the ball so good from the outside. Vince Carter does another good job dropping it off to his Polish hammer and slams it down.
Kevin Martin goes inside, can't finish. Patterson does. Boy, I like this Patterson.
Oh, he
has 12 points in 18 minutes.
Yeah, making 14 points on that tip in right there. He's just been real live wire activity-wise coming in off of that bench. It's going to be a big advantage for the Rockets bench tonight.
14th pick in the draft. Here is Brooks against Dragic. Coming out on him is Patterson. Gortat, 6 seconds, broke it up. Off it comes to Martin. Dudley is back. Martin has a tough time with the handle and overshot it. And then we have the foul inside on Martin. Martin really struggling that time.
Yeah, give Jared Dudley big-time credit there. He hustled back and put the pressure on Martin. He didn't catch the ball cleanly and then was out of sync going up for it offensively. Then he boxed out and got the rebound, or at least got the foul call.
Here's Brooks outside. Brooks here tonight is 0 for 4, has not scored in the ball game. Carter has 20. He goes in, foul away, giving 22. And he's starting to take over.
Yeah, he's got a look in his eye and a swagger to his body language out here on the floor. He wants his game. Do the Suns have another fourth quarter home comeback in?
We're tied at 86. Dragic leaves it to Miller. Brings it out. Courtney Lee clears and hits.
Wow, and Patterson just wiped Vince Carter out of that play and just gave Courtney Lee all kinds of time to get himself open for that shot. Great big man basketball there by Courtney Lee, setting up the little guy.
Lee with 4 points in the game. 88-86 Houston. Out to Brooks. He gets Dragic in the air. Brooks just can't buy a shot tonight. Outside to Carter, he can. Here's the 3. And Vince Carter is putting on a shooting exhibition. He's 5 of 7 behind the line.
Fans are loving. We talked about the 6 threes he had on Sunday. He's one off that pace right now.
Suns up by 1. Off it comes to Dragic. Uses the screen by Miller. Hung up. Out to Patterson. 6 on the shot clock. With 4, Dragic's going to have to shoot it. Doesn't get it. Good defense by the Suns.
Big team defense that time, especially Gortat and Brooks really putting a lot of pressure on Patterson and Dragic.
Carter wants the ball. Why not? He's on fire. Lost it this time, though. Off it comes quickly to Martin. Kevin Martin's had a tough time catching the ball tonight. Backs out. Back it comes to Martin. He goes up. Carter got a piece of him. Carter saying he pushed off on me, but they'll call it on Carter. And that's only his first foul. Vince Carter with 25 points tonight. 10 of 14, 5 of 7 behind the line. Carter on fire, trying to lead the Suns to victory. Sponsored by Schwartz Laser Eye Center, TMIDoc.com. See the best that you can see. And we're going to show one from a former Phoenix Sun. Goran Dragic.
I always liked this kid. And we talked about him being Steve Nash's understudy. You can't tell me Nash wasn't influential on that behind-the-back pass.
So Dragic tonight has 3 assists. Vince Carter, though, is the story tonight. I mean, he is absolutely lighting this place up.
He's doing a great job in the second half. He's knocked down 4 3-point shots. He's 6 of 8 from the field. He's got 16 points just in the second half alone, and that's what the Suns needed, someone to step up offensively. In the absence of Channing Frye, and they're getting that tonight in the form of Vince Carter and Akeem Ward.
Martin hits the free throw. We now have been told that owner Robert Sarver was not tossed from the ball game. He and Kenny Maurer jawing with each other, so he just left on his own accord.
Yeah, that's
we
what
now have the official ruling.
Well, we just assumed that he probably went to just cool off. He didn't want to do anything to upset his rhythm of his team, and I think that's a smart thing right there. But he worked the officials. Now the Suns getting some fouls.
Yes, sir. Off it comes now Grant Hill. Brings it off to Gortat. 90-89. Rockets by 1. Brooks goes in. Feeds Gortat. Can't finish. Brooks comes down with it. And then it comes back out to Aaron. He needs a shot to go. Cannot buy a shot tonight. Brooks is 0 for 6. Back it comes to Kevin Martin. 90-89 Houston. And that's going to be a foul on Brooks. So the Suns trying to go to 6-0 in their last 6 games following a loss. Losing in overtime, of course, to Oklahoma City on Sunday night.
You know what Brooks needs? He needs for one a good defensive play. Try to do something positive there. Take that charge. He also got to get himself to the free throw line. He hasn't got to the line tonight.
I agree. Here is Miller going in against Warwick. Tried to feed it inside, and Jared Dudley with a big steal. Dudley has not scored tonight, but contributed in other ways. In the corner is Brooks. Pass almost intercepted. Warwick got it somehow. Goes up. To the basket. He'll go to the line, and that was a remarkable recovery by Hakeem Warwick.
Yeah, it was a soft pass to Warwick, but he doesn't wait for the pass to come to him. He goes and gets the basketball, and then once he sees now the defense out of position, he tacks the glass. 11 of 16 from the field. Are you kidding me? Strong 4-4 from the line. 26 points and 8 rebounds on the evening. We still got 7 minutes and 15 seconds to play.
This ties his season high with the Suns, but he had a career-high 31 point earlier in his career, as Warwick now trying to finish the three-point play. Could not. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Suns by 1. Swinging around to Brad Miller. Miller gets it inside to Martin, blocked by Gortat. And it's going to be off of Houston. Good defense.
I like this one once again. The big guy comes over and stays high. He lost that basketball. Then Gortat's able to spike it down off of Martin's body.
Gortat with 3 blocks in this game tonight. Ward with 26 points, 11 of 16, backs in. Feeds into Gortat, lost it on the way up, regroups and gets it to go.
I like that one right there. He hit something a little bit off with his hand-eye coordination tonight. We've seen it since the start of this basketball game, but he's sticking with plays and he's finding a way to finish them. Another double-double for the guy who's leading the league in double-doubles off the bench. 15 boards and 11 points.
13 double-doubles. That leads, as you mentioned, everyone in the NBA. For a while, he and Lamar Odom were vying for that top spot. And now Gortat with 13 double-doubles.
Isn't he making a push for 6th man of the year with all these double-doubles here after the All-Star break especially?
Backing out now comes Courtney Lee. Ball rejected outside. Got it into Patterson. Patterson has been a surprise tonight. He has 16 points. Patterson this year scored 17 earlier this year, his season high in his rookie year.
And that's what you need. Adelman knows that sometimes when you're playing in the back of a back-to-back, you need some guys to step up off the bench, and he's rolling the dice.
Inside it goes. And a beautiful feed. Lee picks up the foul.
Gortat.
Yep, Gortat again. And Gortat now with 13 points to go this 15 rebounds.
Yeah, Nash just lays this one. The high handoff just says, big man, go up there, make me look good, finish this play. And Gortat sure-handed on that possession. 13 and 15, Nash with 9 assists.
Vince Carter's going to come in for Jared Dudley. Why not? He's been so hot. Gortat at the line. He's 1 of 2. Fox Sports Arizona brings you the games that matter most. Proud to be the local television home of the Phoenix Suns. And for even more information about the Suns, log on to foxsportsarizona.com. Gortat missing the free throw. 95-92 Phoenix. Buddinger's come back into the ball game. He has 11 points. Lowry dumps it off to Patterson. Baseline, Kevin Martin. Follows Patterson.
Oh, no.
Whoops, that's offensive interference.
Yeah, hand in the cookie jar. Patterson a little over-anxious. Wanted to follow that one in.
Gonna have a timeout on the play that was called basket interference.
Yeah, you can see that ball well inside that center. Great camera work, guys.
And so, a 95-92 lead for the Suns. We'll come back. Points ties his season high, and he's on the drive of the game, brought to you by Checker O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Doing a fantastic job providing some points in the middle. That points in that painted area. So important for the Suns attack. Once those defenders start to clamp down, then you knock it out to outside shooters where Vince Carter's lived behind that line, knocking down all kinds of shots. With just 2 more boards for Warwick, he'll post his 3rd double-double of the season.
And Warwick in the starting nod because of the injury to Channing Frye, his 2nd start of the season, has responded in a huge way. Picked up by Patterson. Warwick feeds inside Gortat. Oh, tough break on the shot. Hayes comes down to the rebound. 5.5 minutes to go.
Nice play that time. Just if Gortat could have just come down with that basketball, he would have been nobody around him to go back up with it a 2nd time.
And there is a blocking foul on Warwick, jumping out on Lowry. Lowry had no place to go, and Warwick had planted himself there, and Warwick has 5 fouls now in the ball game.
Yeah, 5 fouls, the 4th team foul. It'll put the Rockets in the bonus situation the remainder of this game. The Rockets have 3 team fouls, so they have 1 foul to give before they're in the penalty situation.
So the Pietrus getting ejected for the game looks even bigger now, with Warwick with 5 fouls and still 5:19 to go, as they are depleted at that position. Off it comes now to Budinger. He'll pop out with 1 second. Didn't get the shot. Hayes, and they'll reload.
11 offensive rebounds that time. That's a tough one for a big guy to try to track. It hits so short. Comes off quickly off that block.
I tell you, they're going to have to do something about Patterson. Patterson now has a career game going. He has 18 points. That is a career high for him. It's a 1-point lead for the Suns.
Yeah, the 3 offensive rebounds the Rockets have in this particular half. They got 6 points as a result.
Warwick, and that gives him a Suns high of 28 for the season. You know, Patterson tonight is 9 of 11 shooting the ball. 97-94 Suns. Hayes looks inside, sees Martin on the baseline. Warwick jumps out on him again. Keene playing with 5 fouls. Martin backs out. 7 seconds. Going to try to go inside. Create. Oh, he did. That was a tough shot. Martin with 15 points in the ball game.
Did a nice job. He worked hard for a backdoor cut, didn't get it, stayed with it, and worked the other side of the offense.
And Carter comes back. 27 for Vince Carter.
The Carter Warwick show tonight. Both of them getting close to that 30-point plateau.
11 of 15 from the field is Vince Carter. Budinger, the intended guy. The ball is kicked. And so the Rockets will take it side out. They have 15 seconds. There are now 2 ways to win 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box when the Suns score 99 points or hold their opponent to 99 points or less. During home games, show your ticket stub and you get 2 free tacos from Jack in the Box and a steal. Turnover is number 9 of the night against Houston. The Suns have turned it over 16 times. Gortat, intended for Warwick, tough catch to make. And wait a minute, we're going to have a timeout by the Houston Rockets. 99-96 Suns. How sweet it would be if they could go to 33-29. The win would return them to season time 4 games above 5. Brought to you by Right Guard. Never get caught off guard. Gortat rejecting his former teammate's shot.
Yeah, no love for the old teammate, that's for sure. And the count says you bring it in my house here and I must block you, ha, ha, ha. 3 block shots for Marcin Gortat on the evening.
We come back in now. You can see the double-double, his 13th of the year. He started slowly offensively. But boy, he's come on now in the second half.
Look at the Suns. Look at the U.S. Airways Center, Planet Orange rising up here, knowing how badly the Suns need this victory.
This is a huge game tonight. Off it comes to Patterson with a career-high 18 points. Martin trying to shake Grant Hill, and that has not been easy. Hill doing his usual yeoman work. Martin goes in. Gortat challenges him, but Martin got it to go anyway.
He's just so good at getting his body into players, and that one there, that could have been a foul. He got his body into Gortat, still finished the play. Let's see what the Suns drew up here on the offensive side to that timeout. Great pick by Warwick.
Yeah, by Warwick, and that clears the guy who was just rock solid. Carter with 29. That ties his 29 he had in Oklahoma City. 101-98. Martin goes in against Grant Hill, and there's Patterson again. Doesn't get this one. Rebound by Brad Miller, and he kicks it back outside.
My goodness, these offensive rebounds really just stunning the Suns. Here's another basket opportunity. No, Gortat didn't get that rebound.
No, and Patterson tried to save it, could not. Lowry's cooled off a little bit after starting the game out in such sensational fashion. Backdoor intended for Warwick, and he's pushed. Lowry saw that backdoor play developing, pushed Warwick inside.
Yeah, he took the foul. Unfortunately, just their 4th foul to be side out of bounds. But let's go back to Martin one more time. 10th scorer, leading scorer in the NBA. Hangs in the air, gets a knee into that big guy, and flips it in the basket. Tricky move.
Yes, it was. The foul on Lowry, by the way, is only his 2nd, 4th team foul. Nash brings it out to Carter, picked up by Martin. 2:17 to go. Carter got hit in the face. Both he and Martin, they're going to call the foul on Martin. Carter's shaking it off. And on Martin, that would be his 2nd foul. Here it is.
They get there. They get chin to chin that time. It was Vince, I think, that kind of leans in with that swing through right there, and Martin gets hit with the call. And it's going to send Carter to the line. That's a free throw opportunity because that's the Rockets' 5th team foul.
Rick Adelman not happy about the call at all, and he's wearing out the officials. Rick, the 11th coach in NBA history to capture over 900 wins, tied with Dick Motta now, number 10 after the victory last night. Carter missed the free throw. He's still got to be a little bit shaken, I would think. That's his first free throw attempt of the night.
Yeah, he missed some big ones in Oklahoma City as well down the stretch. Needs this one.
Got it. 102-98. Biggest lead of the game for the Suns.
Yeah, and Carter's been doing a great job here in the second half. 30 points now in the game for Vinsanity.
He had 33 earlier this year for the Suns. Pull up by Martin, not there. Gortat with another rebound, his 16th.
Better job by Hill, not letting Martin get to the lane.
Look at Carter. It is Vince Carter night here. Wow. 32 points.
Suns have come back 9 times from double-digit deficits. Can they do it number 10?
And diving inside is Lowry. He's going to be fouled. Both Gortat and Nash in a collision there. They're going to call it on who? We'll wait and see. Look at this at the other end.
You know, sometimes when you got it going, you don't wait for your bigs to get under the basket for rebounding. You say you got a clean look at it, you just knock it down. Steve Nash, what he's lacked offensively for scoring the basketball, he's making sure everybody else gets off. 12 assists in this game.
Look at the second half. 9 of 11. As from the free throw line, Lowry able to connect. Here's what we're just going to show you again. Second half, 23 points, 9 of 11 shooting, 32 for the game.
Now, he has not missed here in the 4th quarter. Perfect from the field in the 4th quarter. 5 field goals.
And Lowry gets both free throws. It's a 4-point game at minute 49. Nash, 12 assists, 4 points, taking only 5 shots tonight. Carter is 13 of 17 for the game. To Warwick. Warwick with a season high of 28. Brings it out to Nash. 8-second. Inside Gortat. Somehow got away from him, and it's been touched last by the Rockets. Suns will have 6 to shoot. And we're going to have a timeout.
Alvin Gentry wants to talk this one over. He gets a 20-second timeout and wants to make sure he gets these guys all on the same page on his baseline out of bounds play, which they have executed to perfection all season long.
So the Rockets with 1 full and 2 20s. The Suns with 1 full and a 20. Let's go outside. Brad Steinke and Tom Chambers. They'll have the post-game action.
Well, thanks, guys. Good to see you again. You know, that road trip, we didn't talk to each other for a while, but tonight we'll talk about Warwick and Vince Carter as well.
Absolutely. These guys are playing well right now. I was kind of a little shaky there earlier. I was kind of nervous what we're going to talk about, but now we have plenty to talk about.
Yes, and we'll be here with Quest Suns Live. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, guys, trying to go 4 games above 500. Go to 18 and 13 at home. Start of a very, very tough, important 3-game homestand with the Nuggets here on Thursday. The Magic on Sunday. Nash, 6 seconds, dumps it in. Warwick! They diagrammed that one beautifully.
Warwick's hurt. Warwick came down on his legs after slamming that basketball down. He's walking slowly down the other end. Adelman doesn't like it. He says his man got pushed off, which freed Warwick up for the slam. How high was he on that?
Oh, and Warwick is 1 point short of his career high. He has 30 points.
Look at Grant Hill, just clears out an entire side for the wire to come down from the rafters.
Suns 6-man, your Phoenix Suns are waiting for you. This team needs your passion and commitment. If you haven't renewed yet, there's still time to reserve your seat location at best prices. Renew at my6man.com or call 602-514-5444. You're part of our legacy. Continue with us. Well, let's take a look at the Suns' leading scorers. We have 2 guys with 30-plus points.
Yeah, I'm not sure when the last time it was that they've had 2 guys with 30, but these guys are doing it in remarkable fashion, sitting a very high percentage from the field.
Lowry outside. Ward jumps out on him, and Lowry just continues in. 4-point game.
Didn't want to let him score fast. Certainly didn't want to give up a layup in that situation. Lowry was like a little blur working his ball from one side of the floor before attacking the hoop.
Lowry 26 points. Nash now trying to orchestrate a very important trip down the floor. 1:11. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nash outside, being tracked by Lowry. Warwick from outside, and that is a career high of 32 points for Warwick.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for this guy. He steps into the starting lineup, the loss of Channing Frye, and boy, did he deliver in a big-time way.
I don't think Alvin Gentry in his wildest dreams expected Warwick to come in and do the job he's done tonight. 32 points. Lowry again. That's a 3. And it's not over. It's a 3-point game with 53 seconds.
Yeah, 1-possession game. They do not need to foul. They can just play good defense and get the basketball back with a chance to tie a 3-pointer at the other end.
Lowry 29 points after that 3. Carter with 32 points. Kicks it outside. 7 seconds. Nash to Gortat. Doesn't get it. Rebound Miller. Rockets intercepted by Grant Hill. What a big play by Hill. Huge play. They're going to have to foul. And they're going to foul the best free throw shooter in the history of the NBA.
Great defensive play by Grant Hill to get back and intercept that pass down court. Had the presence of mind to leave this thing in the front court so he doesn't get caught with the over and back call for Steve Nash. Phenomenal play by the 38-year-old Grant Hill.
I'm not surprised. He is just absolutely sensational, and he should be on the all-defensive team, and that should further show you that as Nash is at the free throw line for the first time, 1 of 1. Suns-Nuggets game scheduled for Thursday, no longer on TNT. Critical game between the Suns and Nuggets will be available on Fox Sports Arizona Plus, beginning at 8 with Suns Live and the tip at 8:30. Check FoxSportsArizona.com or Suns.com for updated channel listings as the Suns with a 5-point lead. Timeout. Rockets, they have a 20-second left. I mean, this would be a sweet win. I mean, you see a team that had Frye out with injury. Petrus gets tossed in the ball game. Warwick gets his second start of the year. He has 32. Carter has 32. And as you know, Scott, many times when a guy's hurt or you have to close the ranks, teams have to respond, and the Suns thus far have done that.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they've done it by sharing the basketball. Just a tremendous number of assists. Of course, Hakeem Warwick, he's been aggressive all night long, going inside for points in the paint. 48 points in the paint for the Phoenix Suns. And it's a total team effort. Nash, who doesn't score tonight, would you think he'd be one of the leaders that would pick it up and score? And he said, I'll just keep feeding this hot hand all night long. The unselfish player that he is, always doing the right thing. Suns with 28 assists in this basketball game.
And Warwick with a career high tonight, 32 points. Bartinger brings it into Patterson, back to Chase. He could have called for a travel, and it's a three-point game again with 21 seconds. And they're going to have to foul Nash again. And Lowry commits the foul, and Nash will go to the line after hitting two just a moment ago.
Yeah, well, most dangerous player
can you take there?
Yeah, most dangerous player on the court, though, is the guy inbounding the basketball, and Vince Carter heads a little too far into the back court trying to steal that pass. Got to stay between your man and the ball, and he did not do it. Not much time came off that game clock.
Nash, you can see his percentile in the fourth quarter. He is 3 of 3. Yeah. Nash has been the distributor tonight. He scored only 7 points, but 14 assists. He took only 5 shots tonight.
Yeah, I love that list right there. You just salt the game away. You got 3 of the top 5 fourth quarter shooters in the league. And Grant Hill, which really impresses me, he raises his percentage by 10 points.
Nash got them both. 112, 107. Lowry again. Oh, my goodness. He just nailed another 3. It's a 2-point game with 13.6, and they'll send Nash to the line again.
My goodness. I saw this in New Jersey in game. The Suns thought they were going to win easily in regulation and made some terrible mistakes down the stretch, and now the New Jersey Nets to come back and knock down a number of threes down the stretch, and a foul at the end. They knocked down 3 free throws, and Kyle Lowry just pulling up from deep all night long. He's been knocking down shots.
He has 32. That's not his high this year. He's had 36. Nash continues at the line. And he is the guy that took Aaron Brooks' starting job at point guard, and you can see why they were comfortable trading Brooks to the Suns, because Lowry, he is a force. As Nash missed the first free throw of the night, he's now 5 of 6. 3-point game stolen by the Suns. Miller got it back. 7 seconds left. Lowry outside. 3-point game. Miller 3, missed everything, and the Suns are going to win it. What a flurry at the end of this one.
Well, they certainly made it interesting. They gave up a lot of threes. They talked about how good they were at salting games away from the free throw line. The best shooter in NBA history missed one, but they come up big and get the stop that they needed not to allow the Rockets to tie.
How about Hakeem Warwick, a career-high 32 points tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, look at this one more time. Nash all up on the big man challenging the shot. Brad Miller can't hit 3-point shots.
Oh, man.
It's a good thing to get this one. Big time credit to Warwick and Carter. What a game that they had. 32 points apiece.
Our producer, David Hughes, Dan Siegman, our director, Tom Delnos, our statistician, Sheila Simpson, our stage manager. Scotty, thank you.
That's true March Madness right there.
So the Suns are able to pull it out. 113 to 110. The next Suns game on Fox Sports Arizona Plus on Thursday as Phoenix battles the Nuggets. Suns Live begins at 8. Check local listings for channel locations. Now for much more in tonight's game, including Alvin Gentry's press conference and reaction from inside.